Reach for the sky, boy.
I know that over the last couple months, I have put the idea of content creation ahead of a lot of other things. But for nearly the last 25 years, there's something that's gone in front of everything else. And the one thing that has gone in front of everything else is being a wrestling fan. Because without professional wrestling, I would not be a content creator. I have had the opportunity to create content for the better part of the last 11 years thanks to professional wrestling. And, for the better part of the last 9, since 2009, I have had the opportunity to be a fan of Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor was, to my knowledge, the first company that I remember attending, even though I've been told I had been to a show before I could remember. Ring of Honor was the first show I remember going to. And it became a yearly occurrence. So I seen a lot of Ring of Honor events in person and had the fortunate distinction of being close enough to the city, New York City that is, one of Ring of Honor's old stomping grounds, to be able to attend a lot of events. So I guess you could say I grew up watching Jay Briscoe. Last night, the wrestling world was shaken to its core when we found out that Jay Briscoe passed away. The last time I did this, it was for China. I haven't been this dumbfounded since we lost Brody. I know that there may be people that, wonder how, seeing a professional... It's hard to see somebody you grew up watching pass away. Jay and Mark have been staples of the tag team division and are, in my opinion, one of the greatest tag teams of the modern era. They are one of the greatest tag teams, if not the greatest tag team of the modern era, unquestionably. And, there have been... We love you, Jay. There have been... that's from the 13th anniversary show, and one of the few pieces of Ring of Honor memorabilia that I have in the collection. But Mark and Jay have been one of the most dominant tag teams in professional wrestling, and when I had to read the tweet from Tony Khan at least 3 or 4 times before I actually believed it. For those who may not be aware, last night, Jay Briscoe was in a fatal car accident in his home state of Delaware And we lost Jay at the age of 38. It's never easy losing somebody you grew up watching. Especially at the age of... I didn't expect this to be this hard. I knew it was going to be hard, but I didn't expect it to be this hard. But the best way, I mean, the amount of people that expressed their condolences, the amount of people that have shared good memories. Everybody from WWE to AEW to Ring of Honor to the Indies. Everybody loved Jay. And it shows. But the best way for me to express my opinion on the Briscoes and Jay is I have a YouTube channel. I know I had a YouTube channel before Wrestling Express. And I used to do tribute videos to wrestlers. I have one of Shane Douglas, Chris Hero, Juventud Guerrera, and one, of course, of the Briscoe brothers. I made it 13 years ago. 13 years ago. That's how long I've known how good the Briscoes were. I know that I didn't get the opportunity to work with Jay. I didn't get the opportunity to know Jay personally, but I've watched Jay for the better part of the last 15 years. I've had the honor and the privilege to watch Jay work in the ring with his brother against Kevin Steen and El Generico, against Kenny King and Rhett Titus, against the Bucks, against anybody you can name. I actually have never seen their matches with FTR, but I think that's maybe what I'll do today. And as I look forward, I say, if there are people that don't know how you feel about them, if there are people that question how you feel, if there are people that you don't, tell them. Because if there's anything that this proves, it proves how fragile life is. And how things can change in an instant. Thank you, Jay. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for all you gave to the wrestling business. And thank you for being the man that you are, because so many people are going to miss you. so many people. I offer my deepest and sincerest condolences to the family, the friends, and the fans of Jay Briscoe. Godspeed, Jay. Godspeed. I also made the decision that Jay Briscoe, the Briscoe brothers, I also made the decision that the Briscoe brothers are the first inductees into the Wrestling Express Hall of Fame class of 2023. Though they might not have reached they may have never reached the national level of notoriety, it is not without trying. If Tony Khan would have had his way, then the Briscoes would have been featured on AEW programming last year, and we would have seen the FTR versus the Briscoes. But I, for one, as the owner of Wrestling Express, have the pick every year for the owner's choice, and I am picking the Briscoes for the owner's choice induction into the Wrestling Express Hall of Fame. Thank you for the memories, Jay. Thank you for everything you gave. And thank you for the legacy. You will be terribly missed. This is incredibly tragic. We love you. Condolences to Mark and his family. Godspeed. We will never forget you.